Hi. Hey, what's going on? It's me, Gazbot, back with another Gazbot's Toy Shots. Sorry, Gazbot's Toy Shots. This is a short one. That's been as my want lately. After I moved, I've been changing things up, and I'm using a web camera and my headphones with this and whatever. It doesn't matter. But the reason I wanted to talk to you today was because of this gentleman right here. Who is this? Well, this is Erik Killmonger, who is the, I'm assuming, main antagonist in the upcoming Black Panther movie. As of this recording, it is not out. It'll be out next weekend. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know anything about it beyond what was in the trailers, and I try not to watch. I've read a handful of Black Panther comics in my life. I'm not super familiar with the character. I'm actually excited about the movie because that's going to teach me, I mean, obviously a bit from the comics, but it'll teach me more about the character than I knew other than his appearances in the Avengers and the one or two comics I read a million years ago. However, I did not plan on buying many of the figures from the wave. I don't collect a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe figures. I collect more of the comic versions. And I have a Black Panther figure from Civil War, which is Cinematic Universe, but it was a very good figure, so I didn't feel the need to get another Black Panther figure, and the other characters I don't know. Maybe after I see the movie I'll change my mind. The only one I kind of sort of thought about getting was Erik Killmonger, because he basically looks like an evil Black Panther. Like, if you look real close, it's hard to see through the plastic, but he's basically looks like the Black Panther with gold highlights instead of silver, and he's got a bunch of like weird scully lines on his mask. Now, let me tell you what I know about him. Nothing! Again, I haven't seen it. So, you know, actually, if you look on the back package, you can see a little better how he's just kind of like a more evil, badass-looking version of Black Panther. And why did I get this, though? Because I wasn't planning on getting them. This is of the current line as of right now. So these go for $20 or $22, depending where you buy them. They're still retail. But I got it cheap. Now, normally when Legends go on sale, they go down to $17, $15. When they've been out for a while, and they go down to $13. If they're really not popular, it's been sitting around for 2 or 3 years, and it's a peg warmer, you might find them for $6 or $7. I got this for $3.99. Current wave, one of the more popular characters in the line, I'm assuming. As I said, I wasn't particularly collecting it, but you know, he's basically an evil Black Panther. If you don't have Black Panther, you could use him to substitute. And I got him at Walgreens. Walgreens is Walgreens is usually a little behind the times as far as their waves. Well, I shouldn't say that because I've had better luck there than at Toys R Us. But if you find it right away, you're good. But it seems like somebody comes in and buys a whole case, and then they're gone. And I looked at him, and I thought maybe he was missing. I just opened him out of the box. Maybe he was missing the Build-A-Figure. Nope, it's there. His weapons are here. His alternate hands. He doesn't look broken in any way. The only thing wrong was that it looked like somebody tried to open him, and they kind of taped the back. But what's weird about that is I have gone to Walgreens and seen Star Wars figures missing their lightsabers. I've seen, you know, swaps with the wrong characters in the box. I've seen missing Build-A-Figures. And I brought it to the manager's attention, and they're always like, oh, what can we do? You know, blah, blah, blah. People steal all the time. It's terrible. I've never seen them take one of those figures and then mark it down to like $10 or $5 or something that would be appropriate since there's missing pieces or whatever. And they still have like Daredevil and Yellow Suit that came out, I don't know, what, a year or 2 years ago, and they're still full price, warm in the pegs, well, it's a shelf, whatever. So I also didn't find this in the normal section. They had a couple Legends, and again, old ones, and then a couple Star Wars figures and this and that, and they sometimes have a little clearance in the end caps. And I saw the clearance, and it's like vitamins and like a notebook and whatever, and I just saw out of the corner of my eye kind of this, and I'm like, it looks like the shape of an action figure box, maybe a Legend. And I picked it up, and I was like, my first thought was, oh, it's a Black Panther figure, it's going to be $20, $22, I'm not going to get it. You know, if I get those, it'll be after I see the movie, if it goes on retail, on sale, whatever. And I saw this little sticker right here. Let me see if I can get it close. Reduced price, $3.99. So it's a little hard to see, I know. And it looks like something I could have put on there. So I'm like, I wonder, is this going to hold up? And I really examined it well to make sure there was nothing missing. And sure enough, I brought it up there, and they rang it up, and it rang up as $15 at first. And then before I could say anything, I'm like, and the guy's like, no, I know. And he did his little thing to correct it. And just so you know, because a lot of times people talk about these crazy fines, and, you know, I have trouble believing them too. But here's the receipt. Hopefully you could read it. It basically says, you know, Black Panther assortment, $3.99. Yeah, if you can't read it, well, screenshot it, whatever. But the point is, this actually happened. And I just took him out of the box, and he's nice and clicky. It doesn't feel like he's not loose. It's not like somebody had him for a while and returned him. And he's very nice. I'll probably take this little claw hand and give him 2 claw hands and then have him facing off against my Black Panther from Civil War. And yeah, that's, I mean, if I get the whole wave for $4 each, yeah, I'll buy all of them. That's great. So I just wanted to share that bit of awesome luck and good news, and I don't understand. Here's the thing, I'm not a big fan of getting over either. Sometimes things are mislabeled, and people are like, oh, this was on that rack, and it's supposed to be $10, and it's obviously not. Somebody just put it back wrong, and they argue their way into getting it or whatever. I'm not a huge fan of that. More power to you if you want to do it. I'm not judging, but I don't feel comfortable doing that. But if I can get a legitimate crazy deal like this where, you know, either they labeled it this way or some random person put a label on there and they honored it, but if somebody made a call that this damage made it worth $4, I don't know how that happened, but I'm thrilled. And it makes this figure all the sweeter. It's one of those things where, like, it's a good figure, but at $20 it's a good figure. $22 is a good figure. At $4, it's an amazing figure. $4? Come on. And like I said, it's got alternate hands and whatever. So that's my Erik Killmonger, Black Panther, Marvel Legends, 6-inch. Good go me. I'm Gazbot, and this is Gazbots. What is up, people? This is a test.